They call it Africa in miniature, and for good reason. Cameroon is a breathtaking blend of everything this vast continent offers. Volcanoes, savannas, rainforests, deserts, mountains and beaches, all in one nation. From its wild northern plateaus to its emerald southern jungles, Cameroon delivers an experience that's as diverse as it is unforgettable. Yet most travelers barely scratch the surface. So today, we're unlocking it all with this ultimate countdown of the top 10 places to visit in Cameroon. Get ready, because this isn't just a trip, it's a journey through the heart of Africa itself. Number 10, Creby. Golden beaches, waterfalls into the ocean, and grilled shrimp by sunset. Welcome to Creby, the jewel of Cameroon's Atlantic coast. This small seaside town is a favorite among locals, but still a well-kept secret to most international tourists. Here, time slows down, and the ocean does all the talking. Creby is famous for its soft, golden beaches, lined with swaying palms and gentle waves. But what sets it apart is Chutes de la Lobe, a waterfall that literally pours straight into the sea, one of the only places in the world where this happens. You can take a dugout canoe right up to the base of the falls, feel the spray on your face, and let the moments sink in. The town is also known for its seafood, especially the freshly grilled prawns, caught just hours before they hit your plate. Beachside grills, friendly vendors, and sunset over the Atlantic make this a soul-recharging escape. Whether you're lounging by the shore, exploring local fishing villages, or chasing waterfalls, Creby is Cameroon's coastal paradise. The calm here is contagious. No honking cars, no city rush, just ocean breeze and the distant call of fishermen at sea. You can spend the whole day doing nothing but watching the tide roll in, and it would still feel like a day well spent. Local kids play soccer barefoot on the beach, laughing louder than the waves. If you're lucky, you might catch a fishing boat unloading the day's catch right on the sand. And don't miss a sunset stroll. The sky here doesn't just turn orange, it catches fire. Just a few miles out, you'll find sandy enclaves perfect for private swims or romantic picnics. And while it feels laid back, Creby also has charming beach resorts and seafood restaurants that know how to impress. Whether you're sipping a cold drink under a palm tree or dancing to Makossa by moonlight, Creby invites you to stay just a little longer, and once you go, you'll want to come back again and again. 9. Bamenda. Mountain mist, cultural pride, and resistance carved in stone. Tucked into the northwestern highlands, Bamenda is more than just a city, it's a symbol. A center of Anglophone identity and cultural resilience, Bamenda is a mosaic of tradition, activism, and awe-inspiring scenery. Surrounded by lush hills and rugged cliffs, the region offers breathtaking hikes and panoramic lookouts, especially from Sabga Hill or the Bamenda Ring Road, a legendary route that loops through crater lakes, hidden villages, and misty tea plantations. At the cultural level, Bamenda is a hub for storytelling, craft, and dance. You'll find vibrant markets filled with hand-woven fabrics, carved masks, and traditional medicines. Local performances with colorful regalia, drums and chants are more than entertainment, they're rituals of identity. For travelers who seek both natural wonder and meaningful history, Bamenda delivers with quiet power. The fog that rolls into Bamenda at dawn is almost poetic, like the hills are exhaling secrets. Even street food here feels purposeful. Spicy roasted plantains and grilled corn carry generations of flavor. There's a deep undercurrent of dignity in Bamenda. People walk tall not because life is easy, but because culture gives them strength. When you hike up the hills, the view opens into a painting. Rows of mountains, villages tucked into folds, clouds touching rooftops. Bamenda isn't loud, it speaks softly but powerfully to anyone who's really listening. 8. Waza National Park. Roaring lions, towering elephants, and endless savanna. Head to the far north and you'll enter a different world. Dry, golden plains stretching to the horizon, peppered with acacia trees and whispering grasses. This is Waza National Park, one of Central Africa's premier safari destinations. Waza is home to elephants, giraffes, antelope, warthogs, hyenas, and yes, lions. The park's population of West African lions is rare and endangered, but with luck, you may spot a pride basking in the sun or stalking through the brush. What makes Waza special is its untamed atmosphere. You won't see long lines of jeeps here. Instead, you'll get a raw, personal experience of Africa's wild side, with knowledgeable rangers, peaceful camps, and close encounters that feel real, not rehearsed. Number 7. Fumban. The royal capital of art, mystery, and spiritual legacy. In western Cameroon lies Fumban, the heart of the Bamenda kingdom, where tradition and royalty still shape everyday life. Walking through Fumban feels like stepping back centuries into a city ruled not just by leaders, but by artists, craftsmen, and ancient mystics. Start with the royal palace, home to the Sultan and his lineage that stretches back over 600 years. The palace itself is a marvel, but the real treasure is the Musée du Palais, which houses centuries of royal regalia, sacred artifacts, battle gear, and intricate bronze work that would rival any European collection. Outside, the streets buzz with artisan workshops. This is Cameroon's art capital, famous for bronze casting, wood carving, embroidery, and spiritual sculptures. Every piece tells a story, and every artist is part of an unbroken tradition. In Fumban, the past is not behind you, it walks beside you. You can hear it in the clang of blacksmiths, see it in the bright tapestries, and feel it in the weight of bronze masks handed down for centuries. Even the street corners here have soul. Musicians play flutes made of bone and drums shaped like history. Walk through a craftsman's workshop and you'll see stories etched into wood, metal, and fabric. The Sultan's guards still wear traditional uniforms, a rare glimpse into royalty that doesn't exist only in museums. The town's spiritual energy is magnetic. Ceremonies happen quietly, but their effects ripple wide. Even everyday objects feel sacred here. You don't just buy souvenirs, you inherit meaning. And just when you think you've seen it all, a new alley reveals another art form waiting to be discovered. Fumban is not just a destination, it's a living museum of Cameroon's soul. Number 6. Jarnal Reserve. A rainforest so alive it breathes. Deep in the south, where roads become rivers and noise gives way to bird calls, lies the Jarnal Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the largest, best protected rainforests in Africa, home to over 100 mammal species, including gorillas, chimpanzees, forest elephants, and rare antelope. This reserve is a treasure trove for biologists and eco-tourists alike. But it's not just the species, it's the silence, the scale, the sense of being inside something ancient and sacred. Many indigenous Baka communities live along the reserve's edge, continuing traditions that blend seamlessly with the forest. Some guides are Baka themselves and can show you medicinal plants, animal trails, and jungle rhythms invisible to outsiders. The deeper you walk into Jar, the louder the silence becomes. Trees here aren't just tall, they're ancient. Bright birds flash through the canopy, monkeys chatter overhead, and somewhere in the shadows, a gorilla might be watching you. The forest floor is soft and damp, full of hidden mushrooms and medicinal roots. Rivers snake through the jungle like veins, clean and sacred. It's not just a park, it's a living cathedral. If nature has a heartbeat, you'll hear it here. If you want to witness the raw, breathing heart of Central Africa, the Jar Reserve is your pilgrimage. 5. Limbe. Volcanic beaches, botanical gardens, and primate sanctuaries. Located at the foot of Mount Cameroon on the southwest coast, Limbe is a town where nature and conservation go hand in hand. The black sand beaches, formed from volcanic ash, stretch for miles and offer a dramatic contrast to the surrounding rainforest. But Limbe is more than scenic. It's a haven for environmental protection. Visit the Limbe Wildlife Center, where rescued gorillas, chimpanzees, and other endangered primates are rehabilitated. It's a rare chance to see these majestic creatures up close while supporting conservation. Nearby, The Limbe Botanic Garden is a peaceful escape, founded in the 1800s and filled with tropical plants, medicinal herbs, and massive trees older than most empires. Walking through its paths is like stepping into a green cathedral. Limbe smells like salt air and grilled fish, with a twist of rainforest in the breeze. You can hear the waves clash against black volcanic rocks, a reminder that Mount Cameroon isn't far away. The town feels like a postcard that somehow came to life. Local children chase crabs on the beach while fishermen pull in heavy nets at dawn. At the Wildlife Center, the eyes of rescued gorillas and chimpanzees seem to speak of pain, hope, and second chances. You'll find beach bars made of driftwood, serving grilled fish so fresh it still tastes like the sea. Limbe Botanic Garden is like stepping into a living encyclopedia of West African flora. Limbe is calm, compassionate, and completely captivating. 4. Lake Nyos, the lake that slept and then woke in fury. Not all beauty is peaceful, and Lake Nyos is a chilling reminder of nature's silent power. Tucked into a volcanic crater in the northwest, this seemingly tranquil lake made global headlines in 1986 when it suddenly released a deadly cloud of CO2, suffocating over 1,700 people in nearby villages. It was one of the strangest natural disasters ever recorded, and still mystifies scientists today. Now, safety systems are in place, and visitors can come to reflect on the tragedy, admire the scenery, and learn how scientists are studying the lake's layers to prevent future disasters. When you stand at the rim of Lake Nyos, the water looks peaceful, even innocent, but the story beneath is anything but. It's eerie how still it is, like the surface is holding its breath. Locals still speak of that night in hushed tones, how people fell asleep and never woke up. Scientists now monitor the lake constantly, with machines that hum quietly in the background, releasing gas so history doesn't repeat itself. But beyond the tragedy is a haunting beauty. The volcanic cliffs, the forested rim, a place where science, sorrow, and wonder collide. Number 3, Mount Cameroon, the mountain that touches the clouds. Standing at 4,095 meters, 13,435 feet, Mount Cameroon is the tallest peak in West Africa and an active volcano that looms majestically over the coastline. Known as Mongo Ma Ndem in local dialect, Mountain of Greatness, it's a sacred, fiery giant. Hiking Mount Cameroon is one of Africa's great adventures. The trails take you through rainforest, lava fields, savanna, and mist-covered cliffs. Along the way, you'll see everything from monkeys and rare birds to flowing lava scars from past eruptions. Every year, the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope challenges athletes from across the continent to sprint to the summit and back. But you don't have to be a champion. At the top, you'll stand above the clouds, looking down at the Atlantic on one side and the green jungles of inland Cameroon on the other. The climb begins in green jungle, thick with vines and birdsong, but keep going, and the land changes beneath your feet. Soon, you're walking on black rock. The clouds roll below you like waves, and for a moment, it feels like you're standing above the world. Number 2, Rumsiki, the village at the edge of the earth. If you drive far enough into Cameroon's far north, past dusty roads and windswept hills, you'll find Rumsiki, a surreal village nestled among ancient volcanic plugs that rise like jagged towers from the earth. The landscape here is post-apocalyptic and dreamlike, with spires of rock, twisted trees, and stone huts that seem sculpted into the terrain. Locals call it the most beautiful part of Cameroon, and once you see the sun rise over the peaks, you'll understand why. Beyond its visual drama, Rumsiki is rich in culture. You can meet local artisans, see fortune tellers read crab shells, and watch traditional Kirdi dances unfold in ceremonial rhythms. The road to Rumsiki is rough, dusty, and winding, but each bump brings you closer to another planet. The rock formations look like giants frozen mid-motion. Rumsiki is not easy to reach, but it's one of the most spiritually moving places in the country. Number 1. Ekkom Waterfalls, where Tarzan once swung. and the earth never stops roaring. At the top of our list is a place that captures everything Cameroon has to offer: raw nature, cinematic beauty, and overwhelming sound. Welcome to Ekkom Waterfalls, a towering 80-meter cascade that tumbles down jungle cliffs into a deep canyon below. These falls were so iconic, they were used as a backdrop in the Tarzan movies of the 1980s. But seeing them on screen doesn't compare to standing at their base, feeling the mist, and hearing the thunder echo through the valley. The jungle trail to the falls winds through banana plantations and dense rainforest, alive with birds and butterflies. As you get closer, the roar builds until it becomes a wall of sound that shakes the ground. The roar hits you before the falls come into view, like the earth is applauding something divine. As you walk through the jungle, everything else fades. The world shrinks down to birds, breeze, and the thunder of falling water. Locals say the falls are sacred, and when you stand before them, you understand why. You can sit on a nearby rock for hours, doing nothing but staring, listening, and feeling. It's therapy, without the talking. And when you finally walk away, you do it slower, just to make the moment last. It's not just a waterfall, it's a reminder that nature is still wild, still powerful, and still very much alive. Cameroon is not a country you visit, it's a country you experience with every sense, from volcanoes to waterfalls, ancient kingdoms to modern cities. This is a land of depth, contrast, and raw magic, waiting for those bold enough to go beyond the guidebooks. So, which place would you explore first? Drop your favorite in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.